Being insecure is a waste of your youth. As one of probably the older people on this app, I feel obligated to tell you this. Throughout high school and the beginning of college, I was very awkward, very shy, and generally uncomfortable in most social situations. I actually remember one of my ex-boyfriend's best friends telling me that when he first met me, he thought I had the personality of paint drying, because anytime I was in a conversation, I would just always be quiet, silent, not really know what to say, and never speak up. If that version of me was able to see the version of me now, they would be shocked and they would be, I think, hopefully happy. And let me be clear, my nature of being introverted did not just magically switch to being extroverted. I am still very much an introverted person, but most people might not know that. This was an extremely active shift that I made for myself and has benefited me in the most insane ways. There's some wish I could impart onto other people for them to learn this for themselves. I would do that on this app every day. This is going to be a roundabout story, but it's how I came to this realization. And so there's no better way for me to share it than this story. And parts of the story may seem un-PC. It is what it is. This was my experience. But I remember my freshman going into sophomore year, going to a party, getting a little bit drunk. I ended up talking to a ton of people, and the next morning thinking to myself, why was that so fun? The reason it was fun was because I was a little drunk. Little voice in my head that usually tells me that person's gonna think you're weird for going up to them. You should just stand in the corner and be quiet and not be weird. That little voice was not present. And that's why a lot of people drink alcohol. I am not saying that you need to drink alcohol. I'm just saying that this is how I got to my point. I did not have a good time because other people decided to be nice to me that night. I had a good time because I was not imposing these self-inflicted barriers on myself. You have a choice when emotions come to you of feeling those emotions and letting yourself wallow in those emotions, or you have the choice to acknowledge those emotions and realize that they do not serve you and make that a very rational decision in your brain. For me, that was being introverted. And I realized that in the current state of society, life in the way that I wanted to live it did not reward introverts. It definitely does not reward insecurity. In order to get to where I want to be, I have to accept those emotions, that they do come from deep down somewhere inside of me, but that it is more worth it for me to ignore them in this situation than wallow in them.